In this video, I'm going to go over the schedule briefly and the online course syllabus for this specific course, and then I'm also going to introduce you to the fact that we have an institutional syllabus. So let's start with the detailed online lecture schedule. There is a method to my madness. Things are due on Tuesdays and on Fridays. So, for example, the initial post for the icebreaker activity discussion board is due on January 13th, which is a Tuesday, and then you'll need to make some follow-up comments to other people's posts, and that is due on Friday. And then if you look here, I've got a bunch of stuff that is also due on Friday. Now, you'll notice that I put my office hours because you need to attend at least 3 over the course of the semester. Those are on Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 11, but if that doesn't work for you, email me. We'll set up a time and you can meet with me independently. Now let's go down to week 2. By the way, since we have a day off, I don't have any assignments for Monday, but I've got a bunch of stuff due on Tuesday the 20th. Once again, I've got recorded lecture questions for you to do and connections. I have directions for those, both under week 2 and also over here under course documents. And I've got my one lone office hour for week 2, and then I've got some other activities. Now you'll notice that if it's bolded, those are assignments that I expect you to do. If it's not bolded, I expect you to do those, but you don't have to do them every week. Like I said, you only have to show up for 3. Then for the assignments that I have in italics, those are makeup points, which we're going to talk about down here in the syllabus. So I would refer to this schedule often. Also, if there are any changes made, it will be on this schedule. Now on to the course syllabus. This has my email, my phone number, and where you can find me physically, and also my office hours. Let's go ahead and scroll down. I expect you to read through all of it because the course introduction quiz covers the schedule, the syllabus, and the CWI institutional syllabus. Make sure you read it. Tells you a little bit about me, description of the course, important dates, including when you can drop without a W, when grades are available, when graduation is. Course objectives are what I expect you to get out of this course, so you'll probably want to read through those so that you know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Here is textbook and lab book information. I've already sent you some of that through an announcement, but here's another place to find it. This tells you the best ways to communicate with me and how I'm going to give you feedback, discussion board, emails, etc. I don't allow late assignments. I think it's good to get in the habit of doing things on time. That's what your employers are going to expect. But I realize that life happens, so I have makeup appointments rather than accepting late appointments. Netiquette is important. I expect you to be polite to your classmates and to me. Of course, academic honesty. Make sure that you are honest, and also make sure that for your topic application assignments that you reference things appropriately. I'm a stickler on that. Time and pace expectations. Like I said, things are due on Tuesdays and Fridays, and this class moves very quickly, so it would be good to go over the schedule and see what you're in for. Testing policies, it'll be good to take a look at that. You will be taking the tests at the assessment center. I do offer a little bit of extra credit. We'll hit this down at the bottom. Now, this attendance policy is most important during the first 2 weeks. CWI requires that I assess whether you're attending class or not. And for the first 2 weeks, that means if you're doing the assignments. If you miss an abundance of assignments, or if you haven't done any in the first 2 weeks, I will drop you and I will not add you back in. Actually, that's likely to happen on Saturday if you haven't done any of the assignments. I figure if I drop you, then you can get your tuition back. Whereas if you get behind and haven't done anything in the first week, it's really hard to get caught up. In fact, I've only had one student do it in the 5 years that I've been teaching at CWI. So really, I'm doing you a favor. Lab attendance. This is important throughout all of the semester. Even if you're not in my lab, let me go over lab attendance. The department requires us to drop your score, your points, for both lab and lecture by 2.5%, which is 25 points, if you miss more than 4 labs. So, don't miss more than 4 labs. Laboratory safety, make sure that you go through to your lab Blackboard site and take the CWI laboratory safety document. Grading policy, I have some visual representations here for visual learners, showing all that. And then, for those of you that like a little more linear breakdown, I have all of the exams and what chapters are covered for each exam and the points possible. And I also have what percentage of the grade it is for the entire course. That's including lab and lecture. And then I have assignments. I have all of the assignments, what chapters it covers, and how many points you can expect for the whole course. And I've got a few that are one time only. You notice I also put the online office hours in here. Now, life happens. I realize that. It happens to me on a regular basis. So I have makeup opportunities. So the first makeup opportunity is for exams, and I call these exam recap sessions. The week after you take the exam in the testing center, I will have in-person sessions set up so that you can have a physical copy of the test, questions that you got wrong that you changed to a correct answer. I will give you 0.5 points for that, not to exceed an increase of 1 letter grade. So you can bring your exam score up by 1 letter grade. Now, in addition to that, I have makeup points for the assignments. Now, these are just for the assignments. I'll let you read through and take a look at what's available. So what I'm doing there is I have allotted 390 points for the assignments. So suppose I didn't get the full 2 points for Chapter 1. Rather than having you go back and redo it, you can do the makeup opportunities to get a full 24 points total for the recorded lecture questions. Actually, I don't add them up that way. I just take all of your assignments, all of the makeup assignments, add them together, and once you hit 390, then I cut off the points. And the others are just for your benefit in studying. Now, I do have a little bit of extra credit because these are important things that I want you to go to. We will have visiting scientist lectures. For every one of those that you go to, I will give you 2 points. It won't be cut off from the assignments, and it won't be included in your exam. It'll just be extra credit. That's also for biology club activities. So all of these points, that including lab, add up to 1,000. So it makes it very easy for me to figure out A's, B's, C's, etc. because it's base 10. And then I have the calendar again. But personally, like I said, this one's a little easier to get to, but it's nice to have it in more than one place. And then once again, there is the institutional syllabus. Now, I did mention a quiz. Let me show you where it is. It's over in assignments, and you go to week 1, introductions. This course introduction quiz, that is going to cover the syllabus for the course, the institutional syllabus, and also the schedule. So make sure that you take that. And I will let you take it as many times as you want up until the due date. Well, hopefully that helps. Do let me know if you have any questions.